What's up, guys? Here's Johnny here with another video. Today I got a super secret hidden base location that's gonna rock your world. Come on, guys, don't take that joke for granted. Okay, I'm done. Moving on. Anyways, I've looked at maybe 10 to 20 of the most popular YouTube videos for hidden and underwater base locations on Crystal Isles, and didn't find a single person showcasing this spot. So I'm pretty pumped to share this one with you all. This spot can be found in the southeast corner of Crystal Isles. Here's where we are on the map, and here's the coordinates. It's about 83 lat and 83 long. The spot is actually right next to or under this pretty cool looking island here. If you look to the north, you should see a few little islands and rock formations in the water, and that biome over there with the big trees. I think it's technically called the Great Valley, but who calls it that anyways? So if you go to the edge of the north side of the big island and face south, you'll see a few white rocks in the water. Some of them are sticking out. This white rock here is probably the best way to locate the spot. So I'm going to land right here and I'll show you guys my map and Coords again. We're going to just shimmy along the northern edge of the island and move east. And here's the little entrance to our hidden base spot. Here's what my surroundings look like around the entrance. But if you make it here, then I'm sure you'll find it pretty easily. Keep heading that same direction, look down, and there's our tiny entrance. It's a pretty tight entrance, which will open up to a nice and tidy little space to put a base. Right off the bat, I'll tell you guys some of the pros of this spot. It's very flat, so it's so easy to build, a caveman can do it. It's fully buildable on unofficial, and it's not a true rat hole or mesh hole, so it's totally legal to build here, and there's little to no chance it'll get patched. It's also in a super low traffic and out of the way area. You can't even spawn anywhere close to this corner of the map, and it's shallow enough so that players who scout the ocean won't really think to look here, and their team probably won't even be able to fit close to where the entrance is. You also can't fit a stego through the entrance, so stego running won't be a thing here, which is super nice for defendability. Some of the cons are that you can't fit a rep or indie forge down here, but if you have the exomech unlocked, you could always throw it out somewhere on the map and craft your tech stuff there. You could just throw it out just right outside of the entrance and craft whatever you need and then cryo it back up. The amount of space isn't bad at all, but it's probably not ideal for larger tribes. But it'll be great for a solo, duo, and even trio tribe. It's not the most defendable base when you're offline, unless you have massive defenses outside or something. If someone finds you and you get raided offline, then you're pretty much done if the raiders have at least a clue about what they're doing. But then again, that could be said about almost all base locations when PvP is concerned. It's close enough to the surface for you to be within parasaur detection range, so I'd suggest not keeping any teams out while you're offline especially. You can fit a transmitter here, but I'd be careful to keep it off as often as you can, as there will be a few angles where it can be seen from the outside. I've built here before on unofficial, and it's actually insane how much you can do with the space if you build it right. Let me show you how you might want to build a nice underwater tech base with vacuum compartments and turrets for PvP defense. I like to tuck in my tech gen in the back so that it's hard for raiders to get to. You can go with as many vacuum compartments as you want, up to about 25 can fit. But you're going to want to find a balance between having space in your base and also being able to keep your turrets far enough from the entrance so that they don't get blown up easily. I like going with 18 vacuums, forming an L shape and leaving one empty space to put up a transmitter. But if you think you're fine on the space, then I'd suggest going with less, maybe 15 vacuums, so that your turrets have plenty of range to shoot from. I like to mix up my turrets with about 1 heavy for every 3 tech turrets. The interior can fit basically every small to medium sized structure, so whatever floats your boat. So let me finish off this base build real quick, then I'll give you the grand tour. Alright. This is what I was able to come up with. I've got a couple of airlocks on the entrance, which is next to the transmitter, and the backside, which is where I put my tech gen. You can see there's a nice amount of room here, and still tons of storage space, thanks to those OP deadies and a handful of vaults. You've got plenty of room to add more structures to your liking. In my build, I've gone with the method of keeping just about all structures on the edges of the base so that the center of it is nice and clear, so I can do a good amount of breeding and raising here. You can fit a surprisingly large number of different tames down here. You can actually fit manas down here, and bloodstalkers, but that's about as big as you're going to be able to get with your tames. You unfortunately can't throw a stego out here, but you can still hatch anything, and raise babies. Being creative, I'm sure you can find some interesting ways to build this spot. I'd love to hear what any of you are able to come up with. Like I said, this is one of my favorite base spots. It's just so nice and cozy, I could just cuddle up in my Snuggie and fall asleep in here. Nobody really knows about it yet, and you get to live underwater, which is epic as heck. So you kids have fun. If you've made it this far in the video, I'm guessing you've enjoyed my content. If you could make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It would really help support me as I look to put together more content like this in the future. Thanks for your support and for watching my video. I'll see you all in the next. Peace. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring.